Parents, we're failing our children. We're not allowing them to fail and learn from the failures. A lot of these kids nowadays are being coddled way too much and they're just getting soft. To be honest, yeah, everyone's just getting soft. Teachers aren't allowed to discipline children. They're not allowed to use like red pens because they're scared of what the psychological impacts. They're not allowed to fail children. It's just, I can kind of see some of the good and the bad, but I think we've gone to a point where we're not allowing our kids to actually fail. We're coddling them. I said that before over and over again. Even you look at sports where that scores aren't being broadcasted, how much kids are winning or losing in the sporting events because they're scared about hurting their egos. I think we're breeding a culture, like Joe Montana said, breeding a culture of mediocrity. You hear about kids these days that aren't allowed, in their 20s or 30s, they can't deal with pressures because they never had to deal with them as a kid. That's what's going to happen. I still hear about kids in their teens and 20 years old that their parents are calling in sick for their job. Is that what we want for our kids? I think we need to allow our kids to fail a little bit more. Sure, we can watch them, we can protect them, is a different thing, but not coddle them. We need to protect them, not coddle. We have to let them fail. We have to. That's the only way that they're going to learn in this world. That's the only way they can deal with adversity and not get anxiety when things don't go their way. If you allow them just knock down a straight path and they haven't had to go through any trials and tribulations, they can't deal with adversity, and that's not going to help them in the real world. Granted, I think a lot of it's coming from a good place because we come from a generation where maybe we were too harsh, our parents were too harsh on us. Sure, we don't want to go back to that, but we need somewhere in the middle. Not as far as we were and not as far as we've become, somewhere in the middle there. What are your thoughts? Are we being too soft?